Ready for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse run with the Sound Defense? Go ahead and take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching Calithon. My name is Sound Defense. I'm going to be playing Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. On my couch is... I don't have a couch. Does anybody here know about Shantae speedrunning? Okay. Okay, does anyone here like cookies?
I do.
Okay, like, people on the couch, they get first crack at the cookies. So, if you can hear me in the practice room, there are cookies on the couch. Alright, so, that's settled. I guess I'll turn around in a few minutes and see who did the cookies. We're already good? Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'll have all you strangers introduce yourselves shortly. So, are we ready to go? All good? Alright. Alright then. Start in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so category I'm doing is a little bit, whoops, too many pauses. A little bit obscure. It's pirate mode, no out of bounds, dark magic heart squids. I'll get into what that means in a second. So yeah, this is the walking speed of Shantae. This run is going to be a little bit chill, a little more laid back. Gonna take things a little bit slow here. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're Sonic the Hedgehog. This is pirate mode, so we start off with all of the movement upgrades from the game. So we run extremely fast, we jump very high, we punch hard, we eat large, we paint big, and we solve the national debt. So right now, I'm just basically flying through this first stage, trying to partly make it through as fast as I can, but I'm also going to be trying to get certain drops because money is extremely important in this game. 1 second, I'm going to do this. Right down here, this pot here always has 5 gems in it. Useful speedrunning tip. So yeah, this is sort of a pretty straightforward intro stage. It's not even really a tutorial stage. It's just sort of, this is the thing you do at the start of Shantae games. Also, I just jumped over a cutscene trigger right there. All right, one last shot at money. What are we going to end up with? All right, 17 gems. It's pretty good. All right, so this is the first boss, the Ammo Baron. This is a pure RNG boss. This is the kind of boss where you just sort of wait around politely for him to let you hit him. So far, not doing too bad. If he fires the cannonballs, then we're having a good day. If he starts charging, oh wow, this is really good so far. All right, no charges at all. That's a pretty good Ammo Baron right there. Just 4 extra cannonballs. So RNG's off to a pretty good start, I would say. Now we have a handful of cutscenes. So I'm going to turn around and see who showed up on the couch. Hello.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is John.
Hi, John. What do you do?
I've just watched a lot of speedruns, to be honest.
All right. That's pretty solid. Do you speedrun?
I don't personally speedrun, no.
Okay.
Interested in, like, Resident Evil speedruns a lot. I watch a lot of those, so.
All right. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, nice to meet you, John. Thank you. All right, so I think I properly text mashed through a cutscene right there. Looks like I did. So shout outs to Trap Tub, your standard girl capturing apparatus. And here's our main deuteragonist, I guess, Risky Boots. Normally the antagonist of these games, but right now, weird things are afoot in Sequin Lands. And so now we sort of have to temporarily team up in order to save the world from the really bad things. Like this guy here. This is a Cacklebat, a Tinkerbat infected by dark magic. So I'm going to kill it really quick. It's dead. Alright, so that is one of 20 Cacklebats that I have to destroy in this run. It's a dark a Dark Magic Heart Squids run, DMHS. It's basically our marathon safe 100% substitutes, because the actual 100% category involves a lot of money grinding and nobody wants to see that. So this gives us a complete results screen, and that's good enough for us. There is a little bit of money grinding involved, but it's nothing terrible. This is our friend Sky. She gave us her library card because we skipped past some plot, but basically we're under house arrest because we destroyed the mayor's tank. So now we need basically a library card to escape. And now we're going to see the first instance of the glitch you're going to be seeing a lot. That right there is the risky shuffle. Basically, there is a charge dash move in this game that you're going to be seeing all the time. Normally, you need to be walking forward for a certain amount of distance before you can activate the dash. But by using both the D-pad and the control stick together, you can trick the game into thinking that you're walking in one direction when you're actually walking back and forth. So you can start a dash basically on a dime. That's an upcoming boss, by the way, the Squid Baron. So right now, we need to get 3 flesh pops in order to continue. And we're going to abuse another glitch in order to do that. Right there. Well, I wedged myself between the ceiling and the enemy, and I was able to kill it multiple times before it actually died, which lets me get multiple drops off of a single enemy, which lets us get 3 flesh pops off of 2 enemies. Or that enemy could just not drop any at all, and now I have to go through more of the level. There we go. There's our 3rd flesh pop. Alright, anyway, that dark magic, that's how you pick it up in case you did not know. Now for a quick sequence break, we're going to pick up this item which will become useful. We're supposed to go through the first island before we pick this up, but pirate mode lets us do a lot of sequence breaks. So we'll just grab things as we pass them by. And this is what we needed the flesh pops for. He's going to give us the key to the palace, so that we can proceed with the game and get our first MacGuffin. And then we're going to give the traveling brochure to this guy and get a second MacGuffin. And I'm going to be doing a lot of random things, and the plot is probably going to make no sense if I don't explain it. So I might not explain it. I might just leave it a fun mystery for everybody. So right now, just going to be doing a little bit of running back and forth. Do we have any donations we can read?
We don't have any new donations just yet, but I'm going to take this moment to read off some incentives and or prizes, if that's okay.
Go for it.
All right, so for some incentives that we have going on, we have Wario cosplay for WarioWare Smooth Moves. We're sitting at $255 at a possible $2,000 right now. And we also have a bid war going on for music for some of the games, including the Slam Jam Remix bid war for Barkley Shut Up and Jam. Currently in the lead is Battle for Everyone's Slams, which is a remix of Persona 3. It's sitting at $10 in the lead right now. We also have Spare or Kill Marvin in Titanfall 2, which is actually tied with Spare and Kill both at $20. And once again, if you're correct, you will spare Marvin. I've seen some people in chat saying that they need to kill Marvin. Well, here's your chance to prove it. As for prizes, we have various prizes, including the PS4 Spider-Man bundle, which is a donation of $40, as well as Disney-themed posters, which is $50. And you can also get a signed copy of Destiny 2 and of Puyo Puyo Tetris for both just a $10 donation.
Okay. So you saw something I did just there. I killed that Cacklebat, and then I left, and then I came back. That skips the very long exploding animation of the Cacklebat as a good time save. Alright. 0 drops from the Scarecrow Bros. That's not fun. If you're lucky, they can drop something like a Monster Milk, which boosts your attack, or a Super Pike Ball, which gives you like 3 spinning spikes around you. Either of those would be helpful in the run. They can help us melt bosses a little faster. But no such luck. I used up all my RNG during practice, so probably going to have to do some shopping. So I just bought a handful of pirate flares, which are very useful. They let me instantly return to the beginning of a level. Also, these things I'm picking up here are heart squids, which are the health power-ups in the game. If you get 4 and bring them to that room, she will melt the They will melt the adorable things down horribly into new hearts for you. There are 32 of them in the game, so you can get a maximum of 10 hearts. It's good because right now I start with 2 hearts, and the final boss does 2 hearts of damage in a single hit. So, definitely useful to pick up some extra health in order to not be horribly mangled by the boss. So this is our first island. This is Saliva Island. We just melted a mermaid right there. Once again, wedging ourselves between the ceiling and the enemy using the down stab scimitar attack. This is foreshadowing, by the way. So these 2 girls here. Well, they're Twitch and Vinegar. They're upset because they came to this forbidden long-lost isle in order to vacation, but the water isn't on. So now we have to go get the water turned on. But first, we're going to kill this cacklebat. Oh, that was a very good cackleback kill. That one can be a little tricky because of the low ceiling. I probably mentioned there are 20 cacklebats in the game. If you want to get the good ending to the game and fight the true final boss, you are required to get all of them. And that adds about 10 minutes to the run. If you throw in heart squids as well, it adds another 10 minutes to the run. Whoop. That did not quite go according to plan. Okay. Oh, shoot. I did not get the glitch I was hoping to get. It's possible to trigger that dialogue and fall off the ledge at the same time, which skips this cutscene we're seeing right here. But you saw me pausing the game a few times. That skips another small cutscene of this guy's eyes slowly opening. We don't know why that happens, but we're very thankful that it does. So anyway, as you just saw, we got the water turned back on, and now everyone can enjoy a nice swim in the water. And also weird plot things happen, and we get a petrify spell that we were supposed to have seen earlier, but you know what, don't worry about it. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah, there we go. Pool party. Oh, that's disgusting. Anyway, we're about to enter the first dungeon and sort of the second dungeon. It's a little unclear where it lies in the overall dungeon hierarchy, but we'll see what I mean in a second. Anyway, this poor guy's wife got petrified, so we just gave him the petrify spell so that he could undo the curse and that's not good. I'm sure he's fine. Nothing to see here. Anyway, that opens up the door to the first dungeon, the Spittle Maze. Ignore the rubble at the bottom. That's nothing. That's not important. Anyway, this right here, this is an Easter egg dungeon. This is the very first dungeon from the very first Shantae game on Game Boy Color. And it's supposed to be a hidden little fun thing for you to explore, but it's actually very useful in the speedrun because it has keys. Now, if you've ever played a Zelda game, you're familiar with the phrase, this key can only be used in this dungeon. That's not the case in Shantae. You can use any key in any dungeon. So what we're doing is we're going through this dungeon to stockpile keys for later, which means we can skip later parts of the run. It's a lot more useful in other categories that aren't DMHS, but I'll get to that more in like 20 minutes or so. I'm also picking up money left and right because odds are I'm going to have to buy an awful lot of things. Alright, so we do a death warp to get back to the start of the dungeon. And now we go through this place. Fingers crossed, monster milks. Come on, let's go. Nothing. I am going to have terrible RNG throughout this run. I can feel it. Oh, well, anyway. This dungeon is pretty straightforward. Because of the extra keys we got, we can skip decent-sized portions of it. And we also need to pick up 3 heart squids. There are 3 in every dungeon. And it takes us to a lot of places that other categories don't normally take you. So if you saw this run at SGDQ 2015 or 2018, you're going to be seeing more of each dungeon than you did previously. Pick up some money. I can never do that efficiently. Is there one quick donation we can read?
There's no new donations, but I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to point out another incentive, if that's cool.
Go for it.
So the next upcoming incentive is going to be the Cluster Truck Twitch chat interaction run. We need 2,500, and right now we're sitting at 2,600. It's just going to be a few dollars from everyone that's viewing in chat. Come on, guys, I know you can do it. It's going to be, it's just a cool run to watch in general, and getting the Twitch chat in on there would be really, really cool to see.
All right. You can see I just sort of had fun melting those couple of bosses. Just bouncing on them like a pogo stick. It's faster than using the cannonballs from above because the scimitar can hit both of them at the same time. Anyway, we are on to the very first boss of the game. Well, I guess the Ammo Baron is the first boss, but I don't know, he always manages to slip my mind. Anyway, don't blink. There we go. That's actually just phase 1, but phase 2 is going to be very similar. There we go. And that's the first boss down. So that's a fun strat. A few years ago, it's fun watching how speedruns evolve. A few years ago, that was like a high-risk strat, like high reward, but nowadays it's sort of commonplace as everyone has practiced it and now it's expected. Anyway, we've dropped the second MacGuffin. This is the map to Spiderweb Island, which will let us sail the Forbidden Seas.
I did it!
And so now, we're not going to use a Pirate Flare here. We're just going to run our way back. Pretty sure I did not miss anything on this island. No useful collectibles that I forgot about and need to go back for. Alright. So here's the spoopy, scary Spiderweb Island. If you are afraid of spiders, you should look away for the next 10 minutes or so. This is... We joke that it's everybody's favorite island. I don't think it's anybody's favorite island. But most of the island is dedicated to a single, long-running, auto-scroller-ish section. Ghosts, please be friendly. Oh, no! The ghosts were friendly, but I was stupid. What a cruel twist of fate. Those ghosts can be extremely annoying right there, because they can basically appear like right above you as you're jumping or even in your hitbox, and then you get knocked down and you're stuck in a falling animation all the way to the bottom of the room. So you lose several seconds if you get hit. As you saw, I did not get hit, but I'm just a failure in general, so I screwed up my ascent a little bit. And now we're gonna dash in here, and where did Shantae go? Disappeared. Oh, there she is. Everything's fine. Fun fact, if you crawl into that room, you soft lock the game. Alright, so now this is time for everyone's favorite part of the game. This is Run Run Roddy Tops. This is a big, long, 3 to 4 minute section where you're stuck at this fixed running speed. You'll notice that my health bar has disappeared because everything in this room is a one-hit KO, and it sends you back to the beginning of the room. You don't actually take damage, it's impossible to die here, but it is possible to waste lots of time. Gatekeeper, I challenged the Gatekeeper and I lost. So let's see, I have to do some footsie stuff here that's going to be tricky. Got one. Got two. Darn it. Okay, I'm going to be safe from now on, because sneaking past these guys can be very tricky. Let's save some... Okay, so this is a good time to bring up something I was going to do, which is basically donate $5 per death and Run Run Roddy Tops. I'm on like the third room and I'm already at $10 in. So, if anyone else wants to join me in my suffering, please mock me with your giant donations later. Nearly done with these guys. Gonna try one. Nah, darn it. The timing is different on the Switch than it is on the PC, so I'm a little unused to this. Alright, so at least we're past those annoying guys. Now we're taking a detour into Super Mario World. These things are a little bit annoying. You just sort of have to wait around for them. But it's not too bad because you can appreciate the awesome sprite work that's going around here. Pointed out the next time we're standing still, just Shantae standing there super antsy. She's ready and raring to go. I love it. Way Forward does great work. I totally forgot that I was wearing a Way Forward shirt for this block. Want to clarify, I am not being paid by Way Forward to wear this shirt, but I am totally open to shilling myself for other companies in exchange for money. Interested parties, please contact me. Alright, we're done with those guys for now. Now we go on to the Tombstone Crabs. And these guys, these little crabs wearing tombstones on their heads, some of them can pop up and try to attack you, some will stand still. If you play this game long enough, you will memorize which ones are safe and which ones are not. I think after this point, all of them can potentially stand up and hurt you. So after that first room, just sort of avoid all of them. Also, we have these hands reaching out of the ground. And we've got the kissy robots. They want to give me a kiss. Just keep your eyes on their lips. Got big old smoochy lips, seeing two pretty girls running along. They're not too bad. So yeah, this is Run Run Rowdy Tops, and I'm running out of things to talk about. Let's see, can I make a couple of quick jumps here? There's just... the optimizations you can make in this section are so very small. We end up doing some tricks just for swag sometimes, like a stake jump, which is where you jump on one of those grabby hands, like a frame before they become like tangible and can damage you. It's called a stake jump. Oh, this is everyone's favorite enemy right here. These are the Stevens. They're called the Stevens because our other names are not marathon friendly. I forget who came up with the name Stevens, but it stuck. Oh wow, that's $15. That's my mistake. I know it's cliche, but I'm pretty sure that's never happened to me before. So there's your quota for the marathon. Jump, jump. Okay, and so now we've got one last room left, and this can be a very punishing room because it's like a 40-second room, and the hardest part is at the very end. We're facing every enemy at once here.
Do the Stevens go to a fixed height every time, or do they just go to where you are?
Do the what? I'm sorry?
Do the Stevens go to a fixed height every time, or do they just go to where you are?
They do not go to a fixed height every single time. The height can change, and you sort of have to take that into account. Give me 1 second. I'm in the hallway from hell. Okay, we're done. We're out of Run Run Rowdy Tops. All right. Thank you. Yeah, the Stevens, you sort of have to... There's only one Steven that can really trip you up. It's the one right at the end of the second to last room. And so we have a jump that can mitigate whatever height it can go up to. Alright, so now Rowdy Tops is fine. Spoiler, she was always fine. Like, there was a bit earlier where the giant spider allegedly poisoned her, but it didn't, and... I need more people on the couch who can talk about the game's lore.
So this is a no out-of-bounds run. Do you want to talk a little bit about why you chose maybe to not do an out-of-bounds run?
Yes. Basically, we have a cool out-of-bounds glitch that we can do using potions or food. Specifically, no, I guess there's one in normal mode too. And it shaves like 10 minutes off of the run if you use it, but it's also tricky to do, and every time you do it, there is a potential to soft lock the game. And if you watch me play this in SGDQ 2015, I did soft lock the game. And the community has just sort of moved away from that category because it's less stressful, and this one is a little bit more fun. So most people play no out of bounds now. All right, that's another Cacklebat down. We had a tournament last year, actually. It was any percent no out of bounds. And I believe, hold on one second. Okay, that's another trick that I just pulled off, is where I build up a charge, and then I take that charge into the next room with me. And that is useful in a few places, because at the start of the next room, there was like an invisible wall that would have instantly stopped my charge. But by like bringing that buffered charge through, I can avoid that invisible wall and keep going. Also, I just killed a Cacklebat and just left it to die. I'll be getting it later. It is faster to kill the Cacklebat and then do this entire dungeon and then collect the dark magic afterwards. So this is the Cackle Tower. Very much a joke in pirate mode. Normally we would just like skip right to the end boss, but this is DMHS, so we need to pick up a few heart squids here. That is not the intended way of getting the heart squid. You're supposed to find a hidden cannon underneath the floor, but that way is faster.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
We do.
We got $10 from Metroid Master. Gotta show some love for the best half genie hero we've got. Also, I can't listen to Run Run Roddy Tops without thinking of Old Spice body wash. Donation goes to the Metroid Prime Hunters multiplayer showcase. Spent so much time playing with it when I had it in middle school.
Yo, a super pike ball. That's very nice. We're gonna need several of those. Anyway, what he was talking about, there is a remix. Oh my god. There is a remix of that. Darn it. Hold on. This is going bad. There we go. Alright, that trick, that risky shuffle, is harder on a Switch controller. Anyway, what he's talking about, there's a remix of that Run Run Roddy Top song mixed with an Old Spice commercial called Run Run Body Wash. You can find it on YouTube. It's worth exactly one viewing. Alright, so we've collected, I'm pretty sure we've collected all the heart squids. I'm only sort of paying attention to this run right now. John, can you remind me how many heart squids I picked up in this dungeon?
I cannot. There
Okay.
was the one that you mentioned, the trick that you did where you didn't go to the cannon.
There was that one. There was the, I did get, okay, I got them all. I'm sure. We're good. Alright, so now, if you don't like spiders, I'm very sorry. This is the Empress Spider. This is our next boss. And this is why we bought a Super Pike Ball at the beginning of the run. Because there is a trick that we can do, if I can pull it off. Basically, if you take damage after whipping while you're jumping, all of your jumps reset, and you can just like infinitely damage this boss. Only problem is, there we go. All right, that was a really, really good fight right there. You see me just have this one tiny sliver of health left. If I had taken more damage, I would have used my auto potion, and I didn't want that. But yeah, taking damage after whipping in the air, it replenishes your jumps, and if you do it the right way, you can just hang around infinitely in the air, letting the Super Pike Balls damage the Emperor Spider. That is a tricky and very risky strat, but I'm very glad it paid off.
Oh yeah.
So next we're going to Tanlan Island. Don't forget this Cacklebat that I killed like 5 minutes ago. And now we're going to start making use of Pirate Flares, which instantly warp you to the beginning of an island. They are invaluable in this run. They save so much time, so we're going to be buying a lot of them. So now we're on to Tanlan Island. And this is probably my favorite island because it has the best music in the game. In a game filled exclusively with good music, this is the best music in the game. Shoutouts to Jake Kaufman.
Rep to go.
Alright, so this is where we all... Okay, good. Monster Milk. Hoping for Bubble Shields and Monster Milks. This is where most of our drops are going to happen. Because of these enemies up here, Scorp Gals, they can drop Super Monster Milks or Super Pike Balls if they're friendly. Or just 5 gems if they're not. I need Super Monster Milk.
Are you going to be making any adjustments to your run based on the bad RNG at the beginning?
Not quite yet. Like, the beginning is just sort of like, if I get something, it will be nice. This is the island where I actually really have to start getting good RNG, or else I'm going to have to start grinding for money and buying extra things, and nobody wants that.
Do we got time for 2 quick donations?
Yes, yeah, we do. We have time for a lot because I'm about to grind some money. So give me a second and then you can read all the donations you like. So we're back to Saliva Island. We have a short quest where we have to backtrack and find 3 sarcophagi that contain the codes that will let us proceed with... Oh, wow. I am a failure. I'm a huge failure. I shame my family. So we're trying to find the code that opens the door to Tanline Temple. And so we have to go back here, and conveniently, there's a very excellent money grinding spot right here. I'm going to be parked here for a couple of minutes, getting 405 gems. So yeah, please read donations. Please fill up some time.
Okay, we got $10 from Lila R. $1 for every loop in Star Fox, as promised. Thanks so much for having me. It's an awesome run, Lila. Thank you for coming. We also got $20 from Stop and Fritz. You're doing a great job. Great commentary and gameplay. I'll donate an additional $20 if your new friend on the couch feeds you a cookie.
Could I have a cookie, please?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
We're all about friendship here at Calithon.
I'll go. That is the weirdest thing I've ever done on camera.
But is the cookie good, though?
It's very good. It is a generic brand, unmentionable brand cookie. Okay, so we just finished our money grinding and we're about to get the code, but if you have any more donations, you can squeeze a couple more in.
Actually, don't have any more donations just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to talk about one of our sponsors for the event.
Pirate Flare activated!
Just Shapes and Beats is a rhythm-based avoid beat 'em up featuring music from the Monster Cat Recording Company. Dodge incoming shapes as they move to the beat of a vast electronic soundtrack. Play solo or with friends, both on the couch and online. Just Shapes and Beats is simple, addictive, and fun. Check it out on Steam and Nintendo Switch.
All right, thank you. So this right here is a new character, Barracuda Joe. He's going to be playing a really important role in this. Oh, he's dead. Never mind.
Rip Joe.
Yep. So this apparently happens to a lot of Sky's boyfriends. They get disappeared by her dad. But we get the second mummy sketch out of it. So anyway, I just gained a lot of money, and now I'm going to spend it on a handful of things. I need more pirate flares. I need a super monster milk. I need a shampoo, and I need 2 silky creams because my hair is just a complete mess right now. Actually, the hair upgrades, they increase your damage, and they increase how quickly you can... Okay, that's correct. They increase how quickly you can hit. And normally, I would only buy 1 silky cream when I'm playing on PC, but for some reason on the Switch, I cannot whip as fast. And so I just barely miss some critical cycles. And so instead, I grind a little bit more money, and I pick that extra silky cream up for more DPS, which lets me 1 cycle the final boss, which is really important. Everyone cross your fingers right now. That was pathetic. I'm not happy. Not with the audience. I assume all of you are very much on my side, crossing your fingers. All right, let's hope for super pike balls from these guys.
You did get that bubble shield.
I did get the bubble shield. That's useful. Regular pike, super pike. I got 1 super pike. That's a little helpful. I can buy 3 more super pikes for $100, and that will be somewhat helpful. Lion, lion, fish. I have to remember lion, lion, fish. That code is different every time, and it's not set until you actually find all the pieces of the code. So even if you tried every combination, it's not possible to get into the temple without having that code. Scorp gals, they are not friendly right now. I really rely on them for a lot of super monster milks and super pike balls. I'll have a minute to take inventory in just a second, see where I'm at. Let's see. Lion, lion,
fish.
Fish, there it is. Okay, that was pretty good. It is possible to get into this temple extremely quickly if you're really lucky. just by like bouncing on the code thing with a scimitar. Anyway, welcome to Fan Service Temple. We're currently dressed as Leia from Return of the Jedi. And they've taken away all of my items and my abilities, and so now I'm in a stealth section, and I have to make sure I don't get caught.
I just have one question about this section.
What is the question?
Why?
Why? Way Forward knows what sells, is what I'm gonna say.
Also plot reason why.
Oh, plot reason why? Basically, we've been mistaken for the long-lost princess of Tanline Temple. And so we were captured and we were put into the traditional princess outfit. And so now we have to escape because clearly we are not the princess. We'll see more on this shortly. Hold on, I have to be quiet here. Okay, the first jump worked. Second one good. Now one more scary moment. Yeah, okay. We got through the scary part of the temple. The rest of this is pretty much a cakewalk. Normally we would be exiting the temple here because we would have collected 2 extra keys, but because this is Dark Magic Heart Squids, I have to go deeper into the temple to get a hidden Heart Squid, and so I only have 1 extra key. Alright, so here's a dude. Here's a save guy. Going into this next room, do not jump, do not jump. He's looking right at you, do not jump. I have jumped there reflexively because, like, you can jump coming out of most rooms and usually it's fine. And it's like ruined runs. Hello? So this is the extra key we're picking up. It is possible. Oh god, I'm gonna take damage. I'm gonna take damage. Ah. It is possible to actually take that damage and have that damage override the key get animation, and that saves a few seconds, but it is almost impossible to make use of in the actual run. Anyway, here's the Heart Squid. You can tell that the pillar here is looking at that door. That's your sign to go into that door instead of the other one. I was supposed to be knocked the other way. I hate all of you rats. Alright, so now we're done with the stealth section, and you can see that there are a few other girls who have been captured and mistaken for the princess, the long-lost princess. Because, you know, better safe than sorry, really. We also have this Cacklebat who has been imprisoned. I guess the Cacklebat is also a long-lost princess. We're going to destroy it here, but we can't pick it up until later because we don't currently have our magic lamp. We got one, we got Risky, we also have Sky and Roddy Tops waiting in other rooms. Do we have a quick donation we can read?
We have another $20 from Stop and Fritz, who just says, "Oh no 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 no."
Okay, that somehow has made the whole thing weirder. Thank you for that.
It's my pleasure.
Alright, so now we've freed all the girls, and now we have the weight necessary to pull down the giant escape rope. And then we get to see a little bit more about the long-lost princess. Alright, so Tanline Temple is now pretty much done. So back here we can see a statue of the long-lost princess. You can see the striking resemblance. Also, here she is. She was at the store for 30 minutes, and in response they kidnapped 4 women. Happens to the best of us, really.
As you do.
So anyway, I have to go back in because I have to collect that Cacklebat. I have forgotten about this many times. There we go. So now we're done with Tanline Temple, and we're never going to see it again. And in fact, after this run is done, I'm going to take bombs and I'm going to blow it up. Anyway, so now we have the rest of Tanline Island, which is basically me collecting Cacklebats and hoping for good RNG, because I'm going to be killing a lot of Scorp Gals, and I'm going to hope that they give me some nice things, because they haven't so far. Let's see. Whoops, wrong button. I have the 1 Super Monster Milk I bought, and 2 Super Pike Balls. This is not... Where did the music go?
I do not know.
Like, this isn't a bit. I do not know where the music has gone. I've never seen this before. Hey, Super Monster Milk, though, so that was a little bit worth it. There we go.
There we go.
I honestly don't know what just happened. I've never seen that. Alright, so reason I came back is because there's a Cackle Bat down here. In an any % run, you actually glitch through the floor, come down this way, and go across in the other direction. Then you have to battle a bit with that purple block I broke because it's very hard to destroy from the bottom. Anyway, let's kill some more Scorp Gals. Come on with this. What have you got? Okay, we're dropping Super Monster Milks. We're in a better place now. I'm still going to be collecting lots of money because you never know when it's going to come in handy. And here's another Cackle Bat down here. If you saw the run at SGDQ, I apologize for repeating the same joke again. But yeah, that's probably the best hidden dark magic in the game. Your one clue that is there is that most of the quicksand has skulls coming out of it, and that one patch does not. Alright, because my RNG is so bad, I'm going to do an extra Scorp Gal kill up here. Oh, yep, Super Pike Ball, that was worth it. Oh, meat chunklet. That's fine if I ever get hurt. So now we're doing better on drops. There are a few more Scorp Gals we're going to kill. And then if I really need anything else, I'm going to grind some money for it on a future island. More meat chunklets. I am hungry. So yeah, the Scorp Gals are pretty nice because either they drop a super overpowered item or they give you a little bit of money so you can buy one. So it's almost always a good investment to try and kill one. So now we're in the Lost Catacombs, which is normally an extremely long dungeon that has you winding all over the place. But in pirate mode, like with most dungeons, you can just go directly to the boss. Though we have to take a little bit of a detour to get more heart squids. Come on, bubble shields. I also need bubble shields. I have one, which is all that I really need, but I would love more. Oh, another Super Monster Milk. That's very nice. Oh, no, never mind. I'm just going to do this the slow, boring way. And there's a heart squid. So that key I don't actually use in this temple. I'm going to use it in the next one. So now to speed my way through this very annoying room filled with blocks. Because there's a heart squid down at the bottom. And somebody's about to land on me, pretty sure. I just let him damage me because if I'm unlucky, he can knock me into the spikes and send me back to the start of the room. Bubble shields, come on with this. Okay. Alright, final Scorp Gals, let's go. Good start. Alright. How are we looking? 5 Super Pike Balls, that's really nice. We're actually pretty solid. Hold on. Okay, I screwed that up. If you're really good with your timing, you can... It's possible to do a single long uninterrupted dash all the way through this crusher without getting squished, but I screwed it up by walking into the wall. It's very precise. Anyway, remember that squid from earlier? Here he is. He's sad because he's destined to be a mid-game boss and nothing more than that. And to help him with his sadness, let's kill him. So, this boss has fixed cycles that he does. Always dash, stomp, dash. Okay, so good. I killed him before the 4th phase, which is eating. And we want to have him eating in the 2nd phase because it's just like a free damage point. And I wonder if he technically started his dash or not. He did not. Okay, so that's a tiny time waster. Okay, there we go. He's taken care of. Yeah. That's why you want him to eat in the second phase, because if he starts eating in the first phase, you interrupt him pretty fast and you lose a lot of damage opportunity. Anyway, I'm sitting on enough pike balls. I could really use some more monster milks. I'm going to take a quick inventory after this.
Oh yeah.
All right, do not let me go to Mudbog Island after this. That's a common mistake. I'm going to need one more super monster milk. I'll just head to the store and buy it. I have more than enough money for it. Thankfully, RNG did turn around. I could use more bubble shields. Oh god, this is the hardest part because I have to speedrun and do math at the same time. There you go.
Didn't do it.
All right, John, can you do some math for a second?
Sure.
All right, so I need one super monster milk. That's 75 gems.
Okay.
I need 3 pirate flares, which you can buy in bulk for 80 gems.
Okay, that's 155.
155. And then I'm going to need 2 bubble shields, which are 25 gems apiece.
That's 205.
205 gems.
You're at 200 right now, I believe.
Okay, I can pick up another 5 gems somewhere. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Everyone give John a round of applause.
You also have those meat chunklets. I don't know if you can sell those.
I cannot.
Okay.
Like, the mayor of town will give you money in exchange for random things, but it's never in a way that's conducive to improving the run. The meat chunklets actually are key to pulling off the out-of-bounds skip that I won't be doing. Basically, if you do the dash into another room, and you use either potion or a food, just as the room starts unloading, you interrupt the unload, and so all of the collision goes away, but the loading zones are still there, so you can clip through walls and end up in zones early. So anyway, this is the thing that we needed before we went to Mudbog Island. It is a not too uncommon run ender for you to go to Mudbog Island, go through a terrible, terrible sequence, and then discover that you don't have the item needed to progress and you have to go all the way back. Thankfully, we don't have to do that. So now we're on Mudbog Island, and in a normal run, this is a terrible, terrible island because it's full of enemies, it's very slow. In pirate mode, it's great because with proper jumping and dashing, you can just skip through everything in 2 uninterrupted dashes. And you just make a complete joke out of this island that is otherwise terrible.
So you just need to pick up 5 gems on this island? Is that?
Yep. So, if John's math is correct. And there is a point where I can pick up a good 20 gems that will not waste a lot of time. So,
Do we got time for 2 quick donations?
we do, yes.
We got $10 from CMM1215, and he says, this is the $10 for the Star Fox 64 somersaults. And we also got $20 from Tina Hacks. Hey TSD, your run at this at SGDQ 2015 is what made me want to get into the speedrunning Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So it's amazing to get to cheer you on from another marathon run. Good luck, and don't let the Pirate Master push you around.
Thank you, Tina. Tina and JT Norimaki raced this at SGDQ 2018, and I was on the couch, and that was a great time. So this is the terrible part of Mudbog Island is done, and now we get to the other terrible part, which is the Village of Lost Souls. Take that, Ghost. You had it coming. So yeah, the other Cacklebats and Heart Squids are buried in here, and we also have to do some backtracking. And then we have to play the ultimate speedrun minigame. I'm not going to spoil. Nope. Do not touch those. They take away a full heart of damage. I don't really have that to spare. Alright. Managed to get through that room pretty quick. So right in here, this is the entrance to the Oubliette of Suffering. And I'm not allowed in right now because I smell too nice, which is the story of my life, really. So we need to find some way to stink, and we're going to find that in a little bit. We're also picking up these 3 coins, which are part of the ultimate speedrun minigame. And let's see, we're going to try and do another buffer dash. And I completely screwed it up. But right here, that's Healthy Tops. These are the three gamers that we are collecting the coins for. And here's a Cacklebat. Say hi. So we're nearly done backtracking all around this place. I'm going to pick up those extra gems that I mentioned before. And I just now realized that bubble shields might be 30 coins instead of 25, but we should still be good. We have plenty of coins, gems to pick up here. And bash this wall. Hitting random walls in this game often makes money drop from the ceiling. That's one of them. I'm in lava limbo, help me. Okay. Whoops, I forgot to dash. Hold on, I'm going to do another buffer trick here. And once again, I botched it. Oh man, I am doing just terrible here. Ah, ghost, oh my god. Those ghosts are extremely mean. Oftentimes, it's easier just to take a hit from them. But fortunately, I managed to get lucky and just finish them all off. So, that's all but one of the collectibles here. There's one that I'm not going to get until I'm leaving. Now it's time for the ultimate speedrun minigame. Heads or tails? Shoot. It's a very strategy-intensive minigame. Oh, there is no trick to this. It's pure RNG, whether you can get 3 heads in a row. But thankfully, if you fail 3 times, you will always succeed on the 4th try. And so this is a point of frequent exasperation for us speedrunners, because the game just decides that we're not getting a PB today. So Healthy Tops has just given us the Hopeful Flame, and we're going to use this to summon the mysterious manly man who will help us stink. And here he is. Look how manly he is. Who start fire? Me no start fire. It always burning since world been turning. So now we have the manly musk, which lets us get into the oubliette of suffering. Oh, and what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Oh, wow. That would have been nice, like a dungeon. Actually, no, I can use that. That's really nice. Yep, we're really good. We're in great shape right now, actually. Just need those various items that I mentioned before. So now we're in the oubliette of suffering, and in a normal run, we just breeze past this place. We can go directly to the boss. The risky shuffle that I mentioned before completely breaks this dungeon. Because normally you have to solve puzzles in order to line up elevators to get enough room for a dash, but with the risky shuffle you can just dash from a single point. So, just dungeon broken, dungeon over. But because we need all the heart squids, we have to take the long roundabout way through the dungeon. And this is where this is why we picked up that extra key in Tanline Temple, is to open that door. Because otherwise we have to spend like 1 minute fighting a bunch of enemies. Yeah, this is the dungeon where you get the dash for the first time, and so there are a lot of instances of you having to use it. Normally I would be charging through and hitting all of these enemies, because I'm not supposed to have the cannon. By the way, there's the heart squid many of you were probably missing if you played this game. Just ram a random wall. That is probably the rudest way to hide a collectible, but they set it up in a way where you're probably going to be charging anyway, so yeah, you know what, that's fine. That's good game design. Whatever, I didn't need that switch. Alright, so one final heart squid up in here, and then we just charge the rest of the way through the dungeon. So if there's any more donations you want to read, now it's a pretty good time.
I'm going to try my best to pronounce this name. I got $10 from Jim E. Fosala. It says, everybody from Concord Academy is rooting for you, my friend.
Wait, who said that?
Jimethusula? Jimethuselaah.
That's the old high school that I went to, but I do not recognize that name. I'm going to have to look at that later. But thank you very much. Shout out to Concord Academy. We're having a reunion this July. Hit me up for more details. I am going to do a safety save here because this is an extremely unsafe boss. Alright, so this is Dagron. He is mean. I'm going to be even safer and I'm going to eat. I didn't have to eat. The Super Monster Milk refills health. Anyway, so this boss can be very annoying, but if you pull it off right, he can be very quick. But I'm going to need an audio cue in order to do it right, so I'm just going to be quiet for a second. There we go. That's Dagron. It is not at all easy to swat him out of the air like that, because he can stop at random positions, especially when he goes into aggro mode. But yeah, this is why I wanted so many Super Monster Milks and Super Pike Balls. They just melt these bosses. They're especially vital on the final boss, where if you miss a cycle, it's like another 45 seconds. So.
Oh yeah.
So now we get yet another MacGuffin, the Lost Soul. Soul of somebody. We don't know who quite yet. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I can't use a Pirate Flare here because Pirate Flares... Give me a second. I screwed it up again. Pirate Flares cannot be used indoors. And this whole section of the game is considered indoors. So I have to get out. Which is fine because I also left one final collectible at the start of this area. There we go, and that's Mudbog Island done forever. And now I can use a Pirate Flare and get out of here.
Pirate Flare activated.
Okay, so we're on to the final main island of the game, Frostbite Island, which also has some of the best music in the game. Also, it's cold. Do I have to? No, I do not have time to put on my jacket. So we're just going to go ahead. And this is mostly just running and dashing over the entire island. But ram this wall and a cackle bat appears. So we're just going to pick him up. And then if there's any more time for donations, now is a pretty decent opportunity for it. If there are any donations, now is a good opportunity for it.
We don't have any more new donations, but I'm going to take this moment to plug incentives. That's okay. We have
That is okay.
All right. So for some upcoming incentives, we have the Cluster Truck incentive for Twitch chat interaction, which is still at 2,500. After that, we have the Mega Man 11 music vid war between the instrumental versions of the standard stage OST. Right now, instrumental version is in the lead with $20. We also have the Oops All Dwarves incentive for Dragon's Crown Pro, where every player is going to play as a dwarf, as well as adding a fourth player to Dragon's Crown. We also have the incentive for WarioWare cosplay for the WarioWare Smooth Moves incentive, as well as both of the incentives for the Barkley Shut Up and Jam Run, which is Victorian Steampunk mode, as well as a bid war for the music. Currently in the lead for the bid war, it's Battle for Everyone's Slams, which is a remix from Persona 3. And for the Victorian Steampunk mode, we need $1,000, and we're sitting at 75 right now.
All right. Thank you very much. Please donate for Victorian Steampunk mode. All right. That did not go according to plan. Anyway, this is Propeller Town. We started out on a frozen island, and we went up, and it somehow got warmer. I don't know how that works. Anyway, this is how you solve the maze. Second down left. And you get the heart squid. If you don't know how to do that, you could waste like 15 minutes here. This is a very annoying warp maze, effectively. That's done. And so now this is... No, that's not going to work. This is another area that gets really badly broken by the risky shuffle. Normally you're supposed to like hang on to chains and just sort of dodge these spike blocks up and down. But because we can dash from anywhere, we just sail over everything. And it's very convenient. It's harder with a Switch controller because it's like it's easier to accidentally hit down, which will cancel out the charge that you were currently building. So if you ever see me randomly duck when I'm trying to do a risky shuffle, that is why. It's because the dead zones are different. We're just going to pass by those guys. There's a skip in the next room that absolutely nobody is good at. Right here, you can do, like, you can use auto potions to replenish your jumps, but it is 2-frame perfect. You have to do it correctly with 2 frames, within 2 frames. And so it's almost infeasible to do in a regular run, especially because it uses up your auto potion to do it. So nobody tries it. If anyone does manage to pull it off properly, I will build a shrine to them in my closet. So we're almost done here. We just have one last... I'm lying. We're not almost done here. We have one more Cacklebat to pick up. This, I believe, is Cacklebat number 19 out of 20 in the game. Get back here. Okay. In any percent, this is where it would end, because you basically do food flying to fly up an enormous vertical room, and then you do this whole section of the game backwards. Here's no bueno. Yeah. If you hold right as you fall there, you will always precisely dodge those bats. It's very cool. Alright, so one more dash buffer. And nope, did not do it right. And all we have up here is one more Heart Squid. So now we're done with Propeller Town. And now we have to do a little bit of backtracking for plot reasons.
Pirate flare activated.
Now we have to go back to Spiderweb Island, and we're currently out of pirate flares. So I don't know how we're going to deal with that. Alright. Just making sure we collected everything, and we have so far. There's just the final Cacklebat in the game is here. And it's done. So now we're going to leave, come back. And that's all the dark magic in the game. So that unlocks the true ending and the true final boss. The Heart Squids are just for posterity. I don't like zombies.
Is there any way to tell that you've actually gotten all of them?
You can check the inventory screen and it will tell you how many you have.
Okay.
And you can also, above each island on the World Select screen, it will tell you how many collectibles you have not collected yet. So just scanning the islands is one way of doing it as well. Anyway, we're going to hand over the Lost Soul. And it turns out it's the Spirit of Joe, which is the same soul, but with a funky fresh mustache. So now we have to go back and revive Barracuda Joe. And if you hand in the Death Mask, which is not required, you get one more Pirate Flare, which is useful for getting us out of here. So just a little bit more backtracking left. We're going to head back to Scuttletown to do some more plot stuff. And we're also going to do some shopping. So it's time to make sure that I got everything I need. Let's see. 3 Pirate Flares, 2 Bubbles, and Super Monster Milk. And we're good. We are all done shopping. So now we've just got a couple more Heart Squids to collect. And this time we're just going to sail over all these guys because hitting them is a waste of time if you don't need their drops. Normally in an any percent or an all dark magic run, those are the Heart Squids of Shame because they're very easy to collect. And if you collect one, you deserve to be shamed. Because it's just a time waster. So we have to go way over to the end of this area for plot reasons. So now we see our friends Twitch and Vinegar and generic, legally distinct Chinese knockoff He-Man. And let's stand up and say the magic words. Hey guys, we should go get matching purses. No reason they should just be for ladies anymore. Am I right? Hey fellas, don't leave. Fellas, come back! And we transform into Branson, legally distinct He-Man. And so now we're done there. We've done our pot stuff, and that is a very unfortunately placed Pirate Flare right there. So now, now we need to hand over the soul of Barracuda Joe. And he's come back to life. And he broke up with her. Sky's love life is a very tumultuous one. So now we've brought the girls back, we've brought Barracuda Joe back, we've handed over the targeting module. Am I still... There we go. Okay, now I'm back on the camera. So now we fire the cannon at this little guy. That's not where that was supposed to go, but, you know, it works. And it opens up the final dungeon. Okay, so... we're almost done. We're never really done with Scuttletown. Let's just do a quick inventory check here. Alright. The only collectibles we have left are the 3 heart squids on the abandoned factory. So normally, once again, the abandoned factory, we just skip right to the boss, but now we have to do a big loop up and around, which would have been made a lot faster if I could be out of bounds, but I can't. So I've got to pick up a whole bunch of keys, because this dungeon just has like a million locked doors in it. And by a million, I mean there's 4.
Close enough.
I tried to do that fast, but instead I did it bad. Alright. I'm a little low on health here, but it should be okay. I should have bought... It occurs to me I could have bought an extra bubble shield and saved a little bit of time on this next boss. Water under the bridge. I'm not going back into the shop. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, we're going through this section backwards. We're not supposed to go this way. Oh, what was that? That could have been the bubble shield. Now it's gone forever. That's the worst. Alright, so we have to pass by this door, which is where we're going to end up going. Because we've got another heart squid up here that we need to pick up. And while that key animation's happening, we'll pick up this heart squid. Now, let me see. I was thinking about doing a animation skip. Like, if you eat a food or use a potion at the right time, you can replace the key get animation with the food eat animation, which is a little faster, but I really didn't feel like it. So now we have to do a bit of a tricky, risky shuffle, because we have some falling ice blocks that could instantly kill us slightly to our left. So let's see if that happens. It did not happen, but I was slow, so... Alright, there we go. We've now collected all the collectibles in the game. So now the only thing we have left to do is kill the final 2 bosses. So this is the other RNG boss in the game. This is the Steel Maggot. He's got 3 red buttons on his back. You have to hit him in the right order. That order is random. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Alright, so it's 2-3-1, which is really bad because now there's almost no chance of me one-cycling this dude. Now there's really no chance of me one-cycling this dude because I have to reposition myself. Okay, that's... Alright, please let it be 3-1-2. It is! Okay. Overall, not terrible. The ideal RNG is 1-2-3, 1-2-3, which happens once every 1,000 years when the moon is full. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. That's another big point of contention whenever you're going for a personal best. And so now we've got the map to the Lonely Grave, which is not a full island, but it is the place where plot happens. And normally I don't have a pirate flare there, but because I had so much money, I was able to buy more than usual. So now we're off to the Lonely Grave. Such a lonely grave, and it's mine. So now we have to do the most important trick in the run, which is the ice skate into the next room. So if I do a dash into here, ice skate, awesome. That does literally nothing, but it's fun to look at. Basically, the game, like, because it's a cutscene, our speed is fixed, but we still stick with the dash animation, so it just looks like we're sliding on a linoleum floor with wool socks. So now we've awakened the true evil, the Pirate Master, who has kidnapped Risky Boots, who was trying to betray us because we were... This is the reason why we were collecting all of the dark magic in the game. How much plot can I recap in like 30 seconds? So basically, the Pirate Master has been trying to take over Sequin Land, and his dark magic has been infecting the Tinkerbats that usually run Risky's ship, and so we've been destroying all those Cacklebats and collecting the dark magic in order to do something with the Pirate Master we don't know yet. And so we went through all of the islands, and we destroyed all of the dens of evil that the Pirate Master was using to consolidate his power, and then we went to the grave to destroy him, but then he woke up, and Risky tried to betray him by giving us Shantae, because he killed off all of the genies, and we are the last of the genie children. But it turns out Risky worked for the Pirate Master, and he was really mad at her for betraying him, and so he captured her, and now we have to go and save him. And done. And now we have to do the tower climb, which is a series of pixel-perfect inputs that will let you skip some of the worst chambers in the game with precision cannon and hat movement. If you deploy the hat, you gain a couple pixels of extra height, and those extra pixels are just barely enough to let you skip each of these challenges. And I did all of them on the first try. That's very good. Alright, so we're going to do a safety save, because as I said, the Pirate Master, he does 2 hearts of damage with each hit, and you'll notice that I never actually took all of those heart squids and got more hearts out of them, because it would have wasted a lot of time. So instead, we're just going to... We're going to take some risks. So this is what we needed the bubble shield for, because this guy is going to spam enormous bullets at us. Oh wow, he's being really friendly right now with this RNG. So yeah, these bullets would have killed me instantly, but the bubble shield negates them completely. So 1 bubble shield is absolutely mandatory for this fight. Oh, whoops, I touched him. If you touch him, it's only 1 heart of damage, so it's not too bad. Alright, so... This is where the any % run would end, but because we collected all the dark magic, we continue on, and we have to face the full 4-phase boss fight of the Pirate Master. And I really hope these items hold out, because they're going to give me a bit of extra damage against this guy. And this is the other best music in the game, right here. Alright, this is the ultimate DPS race, because if I miss any of these 1 cycles, that's an extra 45 seconds. There's the sword. So now he's using all of his pirate abilities against us, and we have none of them. We can no longer do super jumps, we can no longer dash, we can no longer use our pistol. This is the other use of the bubble shields, is to just trivialize this phase right here. Alright, so, alright, 1 cycle number 1, hopefully coming right up. Yes, that's 1. Okay. That is almost impossible on the Switch if you do not have an extra Silky Cream. I don't know why this whipping is a little bit slower. So now we have to surrender all the dark magic to him. But spoilers, it's actually light magic. This is the magic that I lost at the end of the previous game, Risky's Revenge. And so now I collect it again, and I am a half genie. And now we get a little bit of a damage boost. Watch the numbers. So now I'm not actually dealing 999 damage, as it turns out. That is just a UI trick that they do to make you think that you're doing more damage than you are. You're actually still doing just the normal amount of damage that you otherwise would, which is why we still need the Super Monster Milk and the Super Pike Ball in order to do the right amount of damage. Oh, these guns are very annoying to avoid if you don't know how. Alright, let's hope for one more one cycle. Okay, we got it. So now there's one final phase of the boss left. We just have to hit him 4 times with this cannon. Where's he going? Okay. He's now stun locked. He's not going anywhere. So we just sort of chill out, and time is coming up on the final hit of the cannon in the face. So get ready, and time. That is the game. Oh my god, where did all these people come from? And so now we just have a little bit of cutscenes to get through to see the final in-game timer, which is going usually 2 to 3 minutes slower than the actual time. I'm assuming that we do not have time for glitches or anything of the sort. And I actually don't have a save prepared anyway, so we couldn't do them, so I forgot to do that. Oh well. Anyway, so more plot that we completely skipped out on. The Ammo Baron basically bought Scuttletown for a box of chocolates, and he was turning it into this military complex. But now that we're a genie again, we've granted our very first wish to turn it back into the super boring town. And he flees. You haven't seen the last of him. Curse you meddling kids and your dog too.
Do we have time for one quick donation?
We do, yes.
We got $5 from Amethyst, and they say, "I'm happy Joe's gone."
Hello, Amethyst. Amethyst is another Shantae series speedrunner. Hopefully we'll be seeing him at SGDQ 2019. Yeah, shoutouts to everybody in the Shantae community. I'm undoubtedly going to forget some people. There's Tina Hacks, JT Norimaki, Amethyst, Mijati, both of the birds, Talkinator if you're still around, Jangle Storm, Xco, everyone in the Discord, Winterbit. And my memory's failing me terribly, but there's lots of people. JT Norimaki in particular has taken on the role of the community dad. He runs community, he organizes tournaments, he does a lot of good work for us. So thanks a bunch, JT. Also thanks to Xco for being this game's wizard. He basically, every meaningful skip in this game was discovered by him. I have nothing to my name. The one thing I figured out was that you could skip the Crusher in Tanlan Island, and I didn't even do that, so shame forever. Alright, 1:11:40. Pretty darn good, I guess. All of the Heart Squids, all of the Dark Magic. And that is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Oh,